Hi, I'm Bill Mutz, Mayor of Lakeland. We're going to take a few minutes and examine the Dixieland lane realignment, the road diet, and look at some of the benefits that have occurred already and take a look from vendors as to some of the things that they are interested in too. Okay, here we go. It is 5:28 and we're on our way north through Dixieland. So Chuck, what were some of the primary reasons that they wanted to, FDOT wanted to do this road diet?
It was really about safety for them. For us, it was safety and quality of life as a city. We're trying to develop a vibrant business corridor, and Florida Avenues that existed before just really wasn't doing the trick.
So when you see all these concrete blocks, is this kind of like the way that it gets left?
This is very temporary. In fact, this gives us about 4 or 5 years to make the ultimate improvement. The concrete is just sitting around top of the asphalt. So depending on what happens with the test, whether it's determined to be successful or not, concrete can get pulled up, and then we figure out what's behind door number 2.
So some of the erosion of the businesses in this area was really because kind of hard to park, finding places to be able to go. Originally, this was diagonal parking years and years ago in front of these businesses, and then pedestrians feeling threatened by mirrors of trucks even as they would walk down the street, or their kids being too close to a sidewalk where traffic was going fast. So how does that help in this process?
This whole process really gives the business an opportunity to turn their front door actually towards Florida Avenue. It makes it a lot more attractive for folks to walk or bike. With as many small businesses that we have developing in the corridor right now, it really presents a great face, great opportunity to really connect with the neighborhood. So we're taking this from an auto-centric corridor to a people-centric corridor, which is absolutely key to revitalization.
Well, one of the things that people have talked about is the accidents. Maybe the count's not that different than the way it used to be. What's your observation on that?
I think what we're seeing is we have seen an increase, at least initially, in rear-end collisions. We were seeing some angle collision increases as well, but the severity of those crashes is less. I think people are getting used to the new travel pattern. Anytime you do something as significant as this, you're going to have an uptick in crashes until people get used to things. And so that's really what we're in right now, is that test period to see how the crashes end up looking the further we go along.
So these crashes are less severe?
Yes.
Another issue that some people have been concerned about is the length of time that it takes to get through here. What's our experience on that?
Our experience at this point is that it's about 2.5 minutes additional. And that's really in line with what the analyses 5 years ago were showing. You do see longer lines of traffic at certain traffic signals, but overall, in terms of how the corridor performs, it's really what we were expecting.
And so people are also concerned sometimes about, well, how much of that has moved out of Dixieland, or off of Florida Avenue into Dixieland, and what are our numbers showing there?
Our numbers at about 90 locations throughout the entire area, based on what DOT's collected for us, really shows that we haven't seen that much of an intrusion into the surrounding neighborhoods. So the volumes are roughly the same. The types of vehicles, the speeds of vehicles, are all very comparable after the start of the test period as before the test period. So we're not seeing the negative impacts in the neighborhood as was initially feared.
The concrete blocks can be removed, and what if the commission decided we don't want to do this road diet and they took these concrete blocks out? What would happen then?
Then we would have to figure out what to do with the sidewalks, the intersections, because if you drive the corridor and the sidewalks slope towards the street, so we've had people actually fall out of wheelchairs into Florida Avenue because of the slope of the sidewalks. They don't meet any of the federal standards that exist today. So we'd have to figure out what are our other options if the test is determined not to be successful. So that's a much bigger conversation, and one that hopefully we don't have to have.
Well, that's it. We're through Dixieland and through the lane realignment, road diet. And thanks for your answers, and thank you for joining us on this trip.